Movie Review by Rob.
Oh boy, hello guys. It is late. Just got back from a screening of Skyline. Gonna make it a pretty quick one because I have to go to work in about 4 hours and work a 10-hour day. So, getting right into it. Skyline. You've seen the advertisements, probably the previews. In the original campaign, it was like some news report with Stephen Hawking talking about how aliens were gonna land and blah 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 blah, and it ends with a mass amount of people all being abducted at once. Then they came out with the second trailer that revealed that there's not only abductions, but there's like creatures in it abducting people and walking around and crushing things and stuff like that. So the first trailer left me with the impression like, okay, this looks kind of corny, it's a mess. I'm not big into like alien movies. Not saying like, I mean, I'm big into like, you know, aliens and movies that are really well done, or like The Thing, things that like explore like creature composition and stuff like that. I'm kind of not into abduction stories like what was The Fourth Kind, which I thought was horrible. So I was afraid from the first trailer that the film was actually going to be more like that. Then the second trailer came out and made it look like, okay, maybe it would have some of these aspects of like creatures and stuff like that. And that's where you can kind of have some fun with it. And I went into the movie expecting to maybe have a little bit more fun with it. You know, like kind of how Slither was, the comedy horror of like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. So going into it, if you go into it with the ideals of a cheesy alien film, let's say, I think you'll be kind of pleasantly surprised. Now, it jumps right into it, so that's definitely a plus. There's not tons of backstory. It does one of those things where it shows an event and then it goes to some previous hours before to give you some backstory on the characters that are going to be, you know, tossed into this situation. But the majority of the plot of the film is very basic and very, you know, laid out. And that could be a downfall to it because you kind of feel like, kind of like how Cloverfield was, where it started with this big catastrophic event and all, and there's no hope, and these characters are on this path, and you're like, well, I kind of see where the end of the path is going to lead. But it's one of those, like, for the ride type films. So, dealing with that, the whole film is about waking up and finding out that aliens are landing on the planet, abducting people and whatnot. I'm not going to get into why and stuff like that. You can piece that together, and it's kind of, I felt, intuitive, and the characters themselves are very bland. The story is very bland. It's the alien and visual effects that actually give this something to make it worth watching. Now, it's directed by the brothers Strause, or the Strause brothers. They're more so known for their visual effects. They did direct AVP-R, the Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, so they're not too far off on like this timeline of you know, this theme with aliens coming down and all that. But they're more so known for their special effects. Now, I'm going to look a lot of stuff up here because it's 4 in the morning. I'm not going to take a lot of your time, but I just want to give you a better idea of like some of the things that they've done. They've done visual effects for X-Men, the Wolverine Origins that just recently came out. They did special effects for Titanic in 1997. They helped on Avatar, the Book of Eli. These are just, their special credits just go on and on. 2012, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Incredible Hulk, Jumper. So you can see the special effects are what make this movie really entertaining and really likable to at least sit down and watch. I heard it had a budget of $10 million, and I'm willing to bet almost all of that money was spent on the special effects alone. Now, as far as the actors that appear in this film, you have Eric Balfour. He's from, you might recognize him from the remake, the first remake, not the beginning, but the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Scottie Thompson plays the female lead. She was in this past year's Star Trek. Brittany Danielle, I couldn't place her face. I knew her the entire time I was watching, and I was like, why do I know her? And then I remembered, she's from Joe Dirt. She plays the Brittany or whatever, the girl that Joe Dirt like is pining over the entire film, which I thought was kind of funny. And of course, David Zayas, better known for Showtime's Dexter, Agent Angel Batista. He was in The Expendables this past year. And Donald Faison, I think it's pronounced Faison. He's the one guy in Scrubs. He's kind of like the comic relief. He was in Remember the Titans and Clueless. But like I said, it's not that the acting is horrible. I just think the characters are very poorly written, and the situation is very isolated. It takes place in Los Angeles, and it's, in a hotel, and basically all of this is going around, and it's kind of one of those, like, we're isolated, we can't go anywhere type things, or they'll get us. And it just, I don't know, for that aspect of it, the acting and the characters just don't carry it. And like I said, if you go into this with just a cheesy sci-fi entertainment visual effects film, it's fun. The creatures are great, and I really think they added a lot to them. I wish there was some more creatures, like, because one of those formulas is you have a creature, you have a creature, you have a bigger creature, you have a bigger creature, and then you have this giant creature. And I kind of didn't feel like there was a giant payoff at the end, but overall I felt like it was probably an idea, like, wouldn't this be cool if aliens did this, and they went with it. And hell, I mean, they got a good team behind it for visual effects, so it was entertaining. Overall, I'd probably watch it again with a group of friends to see what they thought of it. I think you guys can wait until rental. You don't have to rush to the theaters and pay $10.50. Overall, though, I would say it's probably about a 3.5 out of 5. Entertaining. I wasn't bored at any points. I mean, there were some moments where I was like, but that's more so the acting and the story. And like I said, go into it, mind turned off, and just enjoy the effects and the creatures, and you'll have fun with it. So that's Skyline. I believe it opens everywhere, actually, today. The November 12th is now, so it's in theaters now. If you do want to go to the theaters, check it out. If not, wait a couple months and rent it with a couple of friends. Until next time, this is Rob, and I'll see you later.